So just about 10 years ago, in 2016, the top scorers in each of Europe's top 5 leagues were strikers. We have Suarez, Zlatan, Higuain, Lewandowski, and Harry Kane. At the time, every team needed a number 9 to somewhat be competitive in Europe. It was so important for these teams to the point where these number 9s were the most paid on their teams. Apart from Messi, Ronaldo, and Neymar, strikers were the most paid group in football. If you didn't have a world beater like Messi or Ronaldo, strikers were your safest bet when it comes to winning in Europe. But ladies and gentlemen, as time has gone on, we are slowly but surely noticing a huge change in the productivity of this position. Strikers are becoming less and less valuable when it comes to goal contributions, and most of these guys are now becoming playmakers instead of pure goal scorers. Now obviously I know some of these guys are prolific goal scorers, but they're just adding playmaking to the game, so relax in the comments. Alright, let's just take a look at the 2024 to 2025 season to see how drastic the change has been from just 10 years ago. Only 2 out of the top 5 European leagues had a top scorer that was a quote-unquote traditional number 9. These were the Bundesliga with Harry Kane and Serie A with Matteo Ratajui. I don't know how to say his name. All other leagues were dominated by prolific wingers who were either playing out wide or playing the false 9 position. And to go more in detail, this trend isn't only statistical, it's also becoming a cultural part of the game. More and more kids rather become wingers than the quote-unquote boring number 9. These guys have Messi to look up to, they have Ronaldo to look up to. So now that begs the question, what is happening with the number 9 position in football right now? Why is it that we have less and less prolific strikers each year? And most importantly, how will this impact the way football matches are played in the coming decades? And ladies and gentlemen, I wrote this entire intro with my thumbs and fingers just cause I care. So you better like, subscribe, and do all that cool stuff. Let's get into the video. I'm probably gonna show my face and talk. Gang. So in order to fully understand why the striker position is struggling in football right now, we must first take a look at the history of this position. So when football began, the 2-3-5 formation was the biggest formation used by teams. You had 5 forwards, including your focal point, which was the striker. And their goal was to be the finishers usually. These are the guys that everybody looked forward to make their teams win a lot of games. Now, when we fast forward to the 20th century, this is the 1900s if you are slightly stupider than most. This century was when strikers really made a name for themselves. We had guys like George Weah, we had guys like Ronaldo Nazario. All of these great strikers were truly at their prime during this time. Now the biggest reason for this was because wingers weren't as prolific during this era. Strikers were the ones responsible for goals and doing anything that was quote-unquote entertaining for their teams. Now when we fast forward to the 2000s, that's when wingers really started to take control of the football game. This is when Messi showed the world that wingers were the future of the sport. In 2009, under Pep Guardiola, Messi was deployed to be a false 9, dropping deep, pulling defenders, and creating space. Messi goal tally exploded when he became a false 9. It's actually insane how much more productive he became playing in the middle of the field. Cristiano Ronaldo also evolved from winger to inverted forward. He became more so of a goal threat for his team, even though he was a traditional winger. This was the spark for teams and coaches to change their plan and become more winger positive than they were in the past. This shift showed that you didn't need the classic number 9 to score 30 plus goals a season. The new elite output, y'all, was coming from wingers and false 9s. Now this all takes us to the present day football. In 2024 and 2025, we're seeing less and less top scorers in leagues be strikers, the quote-unquote number 9. In 2024, like I said earlier, only 2 of these leagues had a top scorer that was a striker, which is ironic because their only job is to score goals. This was the year when we saw guys like Ousmane Dembele really take the winger position another step forward, showing that you can play both wide and middle and still absolutely destroy teams. We can all agree that Kylian Mbappe is not a striker, but even if he plays that position, he's a lot more productive than any traditional number 9. This is because Mbappe has the qualities of a winger. The same can be said for a guy like Mo Salah, who is a quote-unquote winger, but as we can see, the older he gets, the better he gets at playing striker. And when we look at this trend, it's almost as if strikers were literally just older wingers. And now if you can have a younger, more explosive player playing in that position of a striker, you get the best of both worlds. This is what leads us on to the PSG championship campaign in 2025, a front three full of pure fluidity. In the 2025 UCL final, PSG destroyed Inter 5-0, and they did all of this with no fixed central forward. Dembele moved centrally as a false 9, Doué rotated off the wings, and Hakimi joined the attack as a fullback. This is why a lot of people look at the championship run from PSG as the new age of football, the new age of attacking. This is all about fluidity and not relying on a quote-unquote number 9. Statistically, guys, top goal scorers are increasingly becoming more and more wide players, not the traditional number 9, and we have to swallow that pill and accept it. Culturally, kids are idolizing Messi, Ronaldo, Mo Salah, Mbappe, Dembele, all of these entertaining dribblers and creators, not lumbering for the target man or the big guy up front. This is why these guys are the future of the game. If you can entertain people, they will watch you. So teams rather have entertaining wingers play most of the time. And we're also seeing more and more coaches prioritize versatility, pressing, rotation, which was the core reason PSG won the Champions League this season. False 9s and midfielders in attacking roles create more of a fluid team and leads to more championships. Let's be honest, bro. This is what I honestly believe the rise in Messi and Ronaldo have taught us. The number 9, the position that is central to the creativity and the productivity of your team, should be based on a player that is creative and that can do things on their own. It shouldn't be based on a dependent player. It should be based on an independent player. That is what Messi has taught the world, and that is what a player like Dembele has taught the world. The false 9 position is the future of football. And if you're a striker, it doesn't mean that you're not needed in the game. All it means is that you have to adapt and play the new age of football.